Hello everyone, welcome back to Landric Plays, and today I am playing a little bit more Banished. So last episode, what did we do? We sort of started expanding our town a little bit more. So we started putting down some stone houses. We finally got the town hall up and running, which shows us a lovely graph of our food situation, which isn't quite so lovely right now. So we're probably going to spend this episode rectifying that. We've started going a little way towards that by putting down this extra sort of like little forest colony thing that will generate some more food, and we also have a trader on the way, so let's see what they're going to bring us. Hopefully it's something we can eat. Maybe it'll be some livestock, which I'm kind of looking forward to. In fact, you know what I should do? Ooh, eggs, brilliant. Okay, so we've got some seeds, which I don't know if we're quite ready for yet, but actually we can probably afford it. We've got some spare labourers kicking around, so maybe it is time to buy some squash or something. See, we could buy some pears or some peaches, which are orchards, which take less maintenance, or we can buy a squash field, which I think is more maintenance but generates slightly more food. Let's just see how much we can actually afford it, because we've got a reasonable stack of goods in our trade depot now. So, see, we can almost afford it just with our firewood. Our hide coats are pretty valuable. I don't know if the value changes depending on what merchant you're talking to, but in any case, hide coats are certainly quite valuable. So, I can't math. Let's try 10. No. Let's try 20. There we go. No. 40? Never do math live. Okay. So we're overpaying slightly, so in fact I can get it down to that, and then we can do like 498 or something, which is 2 over, but you know, I'm not gonna quibble over two banished dollars or whatever it's called. In fact, I tell you what we'll do. There we go. One egg. Perfect. So you can't get chickens from eggs. You can't get chickens from eggs? Yeah, you can't get chickens from eggs. The chicken has to come first, not the egg. But we can eat the eggs, so in fact, as we are still kind of short on food and I do want something to tide us over, I tell you what, I'll get 200 eggs? Yeah, 200 eggs. Again, a little bit more food variety, that kind of thing. We'd sell like 25 herbs for that. 25? Oh no, because 200 herb. No? Have I done something wrong? 200... Oh, 200 eggs and they're 2 each. Oh dear. It's early in the morning for me. This is why I'm ever so slightly bad at math. That's my excuse and I am sticking to it. Okay, so this will give us our first crop. So let's do that trade right now. And before we unpause, let's go back to the inventory of the trading post and just lower the demand for all of these things again. So we don't want to suddenly go crazy and sort of remove our entire firewood stock and put it in here just because. The coats... Yeah, the coats I'm going to drop down as well. So just until we're sure we sort of can bounce back, if that makes sense. But okay, so that looks good. I don't think I've missed anything. Good. So what else did I want to do? Well, I guess now we've got some seeds, we should set up a farm. So we can have a look at trade items. There we go. So we can see all of the different seeds and livestock we've acquired. There's a lot of different ones to collect. We've only got squash at the minute, so we're going to put down a farm and grab some of that. So we probably want to put it just outside the range of this thing, so we can put some houses here and then have them sort of work these farms. And in fact, I think that's what I'm going to do right away. So there is an optimal size for farms, and I can't quite remember what it is. I think it might be 11 by 11 to have one person be able to fully work it before winter comes. So let's pop it down, say here, and then maybe we'll be able to squeeze in another one next to it, and we'll have sort of like a little patchwork quilt of farms. So you can go all the way up to, I think it's 20 by 20 is the... No, maybe it's 15 by 15. Must be 15 is the maximum. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's livestock that's 20 by 20, but I think the optimal is somewhere around 11. Not that I'm ever that concerned about playing optimally, but, you know, it makes a nice sort of patchwork quilt effect. So let's unpause again, so people will go and build that. And once that's all built, then we can tell them to start planting squash. I'm also going to put down a a couple of stone houses here so people can live near where they work. We've got to be a little bit careful because, again, we don't want to encourage too many people to sort of move out and sort of start taking food from our stockpile, because we are running quite low again. Oh, okay. So yeah, maybe it is time to focus on some more of this. So what have we got here? So we already have the gatherer and the hunting cabin up and running, so actually there's not a lot of other food that we can get here, but... Oh, and we have a stone house down there. I tell you what, I'm going to cancel one of these houses just so that our builders aren't totally overwhelmed, and so that we're not using up all our stone, and so that we're not generating too many sort of new families at this stage, because, yeah... Ooh, are you new? Oh no, I just never dismissed you. Okay. Well, there you go. Thanks. Pleasure doing business with you. Come again soon. And before I forget, I might actually place down a pasture as well, just so that if a livestock merchant does come by, we have somewhere to put them immediately. If you don't have one straight away, it's normally fine. They'll just live in the in this little pen next to the depot, but they won't breed there. So if you only buy 2 and one of them dies before you get into the pasture, then you are kind of stuck. Though I don't know if animals in Banished reproduce through mitosis or something. I think they might. So you can get by with just one. Okay, so let's put one person in this farm, and we'll see how much they generate. Maybe we'll add a second person afterwards. Oh, we do have a whole bunch of extra labourers actually. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically double up on our gatherers. I'm surprised we had so few. In fact, I'm tempted to go right up to the max. I think that's what I'm going to do. There we go. Hopefully that should fairly quickly solve some of our food problems if we double that. Gatherers are actually quite productive. They get lots of different food sources. They get, let's have a look, roots, berries, mushrooms, and onions. And sort of current season we've got a couple of hundred of each. So now if we've... do we double it or triple it? So hopefully, yeah, we'll get quite a bit more food from that. We're not even in winter and it's snowing. It's late autumn, and we've got... Oh, okay, good. We just collected a bunch. I was worried we were going to run out right there. We're running low on iron as well. We don't have a mine yet, so I'm still going to have to designate some collection, but luckily there's still tons and tons of iron just lying around. But it is going to be time to set this mine up pretty shortly. Okay, what else do we need to do? I said something about a pasture, didn't I? So we're going to need to get that up and running soon. Where do we want to put the pasture? Do we put it next to the farm? I think we'll just put it next to the farm. Let's see how... food, there we go. Pasture. What sort of size can we squeeze in? Should I leave a gap for a road? Maybe I will. Ah, so I can fit a... actually quite a large pasture there. Okay, so I might even just put another farm here and then sort of put the pasture somewhere else. We've got stacks and stacks of wood, so that's okay. So we don't have to worry about replacing that firewood. That'll trickle in as we go. I sort of want church and more villagey stuff over here, so I'll probably put the pasture up here somewhere. I don't know. We'll worry about it later. It's fine. It'll be fine. Ooh. Unless this person has chickens. Nope, ale. So ale, I think, just increases the happiness of your town. And our town's actually pretty happy, considering. So we'll save our money. Okay, we made it through to spring, and we actually have a food surplus. Fantastic. Let's have a look at our graphs again. Let's look at just say the last 5 years. So we're always going to have this sort of spiky thing as sort of in winter. Well, actually, I don't know if we will have that spikes, because I think you can gather more or less all year round. Maybe hunting and stuff is sparser in the winter. I'm not sure. Certainly when you're farming, you'll have a very sort of... you'll have more food in the spring and less in the winter and so on. But you definitely want to see this upwards trend. And it looks like we've recovered from that slump of basically when we put down our first set of houses and got that population boom. This also, so there's sort of two dangers with population sort of booms and busts. Not only do you have to worry about food when you're on a boom, but also you can get very suddenly a shortage of labourers and workers when sort of that boom tapers off. Especially if you just put down, say, a schoolhouse. Where is it? Here it is. And you find a lot of your children aren't entering the workforce, they're all sort of studying away in school. But right now things, I think, are okay. Good, so you've got a house here. What else do we need? Forester Lodge, woodcutter. So I think I'm going to unpause this storage barn as well, so whoever collects these things doesn't have to walk all the way up to this one. We've hit our tool limit, that's fantastic, so let's put some more tools in the trade depot. Here's our farmer working away, making delicious squash. What year are we? Early summer. Maybe I actually do need another farmer. Maybe we need 2 farmers per. Because it looks like they're only half done, and then we are now in the middle of summer. I may have misjudged this. Oh well, we'll sort it out. It'll be fine. Oh yeah, I was about to say we're no longer in the danger zone. We are comfortably out of the danger zone. So let's start expanding again. Why not? What could go wrong? What else do we want to do? So I could start converting some of these houses over to stone houses. I do keep saying that, but I think even I probably just want to build more, just more houses, expand some more. So I'll put one here. We'll sort of unpause all of these, and then we'll start putting down a new town over this side as well. I don't know if they can sort of cross these rivers. I think they may have to go sort of the long way around if that's the case. So they certainly can't cross the wide rivers without the bridge. They might be able to wade through the smaller ones. Or I think they might have to trek all the way around to sort of here. So if we do want to gather some of these resources on the other side, maybe put down some more mines, we'll definitely need a bridge across here as well. So I'm just going to plan that out before I forget. Maybe we'll have one here, maybe we'll have one here. So let's put down the road so we can see where that'll go. So it's about there. Okay, and we can't place it because of that. There we go. So let's put down the bridge. No. You telling me I can't put it down there because the road's there? Okay, let's... where are we? Remove this road. And then we'll see if we can put down the bridge here instead. There we go. And then we'll put the road over the top of it afterwards. This one's quite short, so it only takes 6 stone, which is fine, and we've got stacks of wood, so I might actually just leave that to be constructed. I won't bother pausing it. We have another merchant. It's late autumn. What are you trading me? Aha! Cabbage seeds and walnut seeds. So, well, I'm not worried about food so much anymore, but while we have the opportunity to grab them, I guess we might as well. If we can afford it. We must be able to afford it. We've got 120 iron tools, for goodness sake. We must be able to afford it, right? We've got 40 coats, for goodness sake. Oh, maybe we can't. Maybe I have... Interesting. So we can't actually afford it based on what we've got now, but what we can do is quickly ship over some more things. So what have we got a surplus of? We've got some stored firewood, but it's close to winter, so let's not do that. We've got plenty of coats and tools, so let's grab a couple more of those. And a couple... In fact, let's go all the way up to 200 of those. No, not 200 of those, that's way too many. And hopefully we'll be able to get those things over here before this trader leaves, because we don't have to worry about crop rotation in an individual field, but your crops are more susceptible to disease if you have lots of them next to each other. So if one gets a disease, it will very quickly spread to neighbouring fields of the same type. So we want a sort of patchwork quilt effect to try and mitigate that a little bit. Come Come on, how are we going? Have we got everything? We got the tools. So that's 160 there, 100 there, 80 there. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got plenty now. So we're overpaying a little bit, so what do we want to keep hold of? We can probably lower that. I'm going to lower that as well. Perfect. Yep, I'm very happy to trade those for some cabbage seeds. We'll get those up and running, hopefully by next spring. I might even... yeah, I'll shuffle some people around so we get exactly what we need. And again, I can dismiss you. And then we're going to drop down these before we accidentally fill our stockpile. So let's say keep 20 tools for now. I'm going to leave it at 20 coats because we've only got the 15. 60 of you. And I'm going to leave the firewood at 0 actually as well. So we'll slowly build up a stockpile of goods in here again as we go, but for now I think we've got everything we need. So yeah, let's put down this second farm. We don't necessarily have to have anyone working it just yet. In fact, we won't because it's winter, but we might as well get that all cleared away. And we'll put down some roads as well. There we go, just like that. Okay, so we do have a lot of building projects ongoing right now. So our builders are going to be sort of spread out across different things. Oh good, this stockpile got fixed as well, so that can be used once we put the forester lodge down, and they'll start clearing away all this stone and iron and chopping down wood on top of that, which is good. So that house is done. Again, instantly filled, so yep, we can quite comfortably expand our population. We've got lots of food right now. Let's go back to our town hall. Ooh, yeah, okay, so we actually have more food now than we've ever had. Okay, maybe I was worrying about nothing, or maybe I just really should have shuffled those gatherers over earlier. I mean, we did suddenly start putting down lots of food industry at the same time, so we put down the fishermen's, we put down this extra gatherer hut and the hunting lodge, and put everyone into gathering and build a farm, so maybe it's not surprising that it suddenly spiked like that. But what this does mean is, yeah, now we can comfortably expand a little bit more. The reserve of firewood is low, this is true, but it's the end of winter now, so we'll be using less. Most of our houses are going to be stone from now on, so we'll be using a little bit less as well. And we'll put down another woodcutter down here later on as well to start generating more firewood. Brilliant. So that's going to be lovely. Oh, it is spring actually, so let's put down... Is this farm done yet? No, that won't be done for a while. So let's add another builder here. I could pre-allocate these two labourers to be farmers, because they don't have anything to farm right now. They would... what's the word? They'd act as labourers, but I do like keeping this extra stockpile of labourers so that people can be replaced sort of if they die of old age and things like that. Particularly the teacher. Okay. I might even put down another herbalist, though everyone's more or less healthy. We've got a reasonable stock of stored herbs. Yeah, everything's going pretty smoothly. You know how I said I was going to leave this up? I've changed my mind. I'm going to pause it just because we've got plenty of building projects ongoing and we don't really need to get over here until we start designating stuff on the other side. So yeah, you're still clearing all of this stone and iron. You know, I might as well designate a little bit more iron to be cleared, just so we're sort of a bit future-proofed, and it will speed up the growth of the forest as well. Okay, so that's that all done. Next we'll put down the forest lodge and this house. Again, we're sort of stretching our builders a little bit, but at least it means they'll always have something to do. Where are they right now? So let's, if we cycle through builders, we've got someone working over there, someone gathering food, and somebody working over here. So hopefully one of you is cutting this down to clear space for this farm, because it is late summer now, so we're actually going to miss an entire year's worth of cabbages. There we go there. Both our farmers are now harvesting all the squash. It looks like we've... Let's take a look at last season and this season. So last season we got 662 squash. This season we're going to get 196. Oh, sorry, we have that currently, and then we're harvesting all of this. So maybe one person can work all of this, I'm not sure. I'll have to look this up between episodes or something like that. But yeah, so as panicked as I was last episode about the lack of food, everything has turned out super fine. In fact, yeah, we should be expanding a lot quicker than this. Let's start working on some more houses. Well, we are working on a couple more houses. Forest Lodge, let's... how many foresters have we got? So we've got 6 foresters and 3 lodges. So actually I'm happy I'm not going to increase that, I'm happy leaving them split like that. We'll put the woodcutter down as well, so we get some more firewood. We can start trading that for more seeds and more livestock. I'll put down the livestock farm at some point. I think I'm going to unpause this actually, and we'll put down maybe another tailor, maybe another blacksmith, and some more houses, and then we'll sort of have sort of 2 towns, and our vendors will sort of go and collect resources from communities around here. Yeah, I think that's shaping up very nicely. This still hasn't been built, but it'll get there. Okay, so I think I'm going to finish this episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time.